Me going to Taiwan this year is a result of a lot of things God's been doing in my life. When I first came on that trip, I loved the place. I decided that moment I loved Asian urban culture. I've always been a city person, but when I saw that piece of what it was like, oh, there's a nightlife here, you know, and just this idea, I really loved it. For some reason, Taipei was just a really beautiful city to me, even though there's a lot of junk that's there, even when you're walking around and going to different places on the MRT. Was just such a beautiful city to me. There's also a familial connection there. It's where my mother spent 5 years of her life teaching. So Taiwan is just kind of a place like, oh, and you know, I had that connection with my mom. Like, yeah, I went to Taipei, MRT, and she had a lot of advice for me too and everything like that. So I've wanted to come back to Taiwan since then and been trying a lot of things. And so there was all this momentum like building up that was just rolling this way. So finally I'm in my senior year of college. And I'm like, oh, I'm graduating, no more school, okay, I'll just do it, I'll just go to Taiwan. And then there was just a wave of other things, like, wait a minute, what about this, what about that? And so for a while, I, for some reason, resisted just going to Taiwan. I thought maybe I'll try to get a job in Minnesota when I was going to school, maybe I'll try other things, maybe I want to do this, maybe I'll wait, I'll put it off. I just started resisting, but all those things didn't work out. And all of a sudden, it was just like the ball just kept rolling in the direction of doing this, going to Taiwan and teaching English. So I accepted it and started working towards that. And ultimately, when I look back and think about all this in retrospect, is that with this move and with things in my life the last year, there's been a lot of childhood dreams coming true. And so I've learned to just take my dreams seriously. When I was a little, I decided that I was going to travel the world, learn everybody else's language, teach them English, and then come back to the States, teach them other languages, and teach the English people other languages. And so I'm like, wow, wait a minute, I'm going to Taiwan to teach English, and I want to learn Mandarin while I'm there. And so it was just like something, like God really was, His hand really was in that, just like moving things to make that happen. And then, I guess the final thing I want to say, too, is that it's hitting me how now the rest of my life is no longer just another experience. It's actual life. Like this isn't just for the summer. I'm not going back to college in the fall. I'm not even going home for Christmas this year. It's not a short-term mission trip. Like, this is life. It's not just another experience. Like, after 22 years of just experiences and growing up and living life and having constant family and friends there, now this is like my turn to live my life. And for whatever reason, God is placing me in Taiwan to start that. And that's really scary, really sad, really exciting, really awesome all at the same time. And I'm going to be there this week. So that's what I got.